The city of Nurabad never truly slept. At dawn, the call to prayer echoed between towering apartment buildings, and the streets slowly filled with shopkeepers, students, and laborers. The scent of fresh naan drifted from bakeries while rickshaws honked impatiently. In this bustling city lived Hassan, a 45-year-old taxi driver. He wasn't rich, but he was honest, hardworking, and known for always greeting passengers with a warm smile. Hassan had one dream: to see his daughter Mariam graduate from university. She was in her final year of nursing school, and every extra hour he drove was for her tuition fees. Life was tiring but manageable, until one winter evening, disaster struck. It was raining heavily that night. The streets were slippery, and visibility was poor. Hassan was driving home after a long shift when a speeding car hit him at an intersection. The crash left his taxi badly damaged, and though he escaped with minor injuries, the repairs would cost far more than he could afford. For Hassan, his taxi wasn't just a car, it was his family's lifeline. Without it, he had no income. The next morning, he sat on his apartment balcony, staring at the rain-soaked streets. His savings were barely enough for rent and food. The repair shop owner told him he'd need at least 250,000 rupees to fix the taxi. Mariam tried to comfort him. "Baba, we'll figure it out. Maybe we can borrow from relatives." But Hassan shook his head. "I can't take on more debt, Mariam, not now." Days passed, and Hassan searched desperately for a solution. He asked for small jobs, carrying goods, helping at the market, but they paid too little. Worse, the landlord hinted about raising rent, and Hassan's unpaid bills piled up. One evening, Hassan stood in the rain outside the repair shop, looking at his broken taxi. His chest felt heavy. "Ya Allah," he whispered. "I don't know how to fix this." Just then, a voice startled him. "You're Hassan, the taxi driver, right?" He turned to see a tall young man with messy hair and paint-splattered clothes. Hassan didn't recognize him. "My name's Faisal," the young man said. "A few months ago, you drove me home when I had no money. You told me, just pay me when you can. But I never forgot it." Hassan vaguely remembered the ride. Faisal had been carrying a bundle of canvases and said he was an artist trying to sell his work. Hassan had waved off his fare, thinking he'd never see him again. Faisal continued, "I heard about your accident from the repair shop owner. I think I can help." Hassan raised an eyebrow. "Help? How?" Faisal explained that he was organizing a small art exhibition at a local cafe. "If we can sell my paintings, I'll give you the money you need for repairs." Hassan was stunned. "But why would you do that? We barely know each other." Faisal smiled. "Because once, when I was in trouble, you didn't think twice before helping me. Kindness should travel both ways." Though skeptical, Hassan agreed. They set the exhibition date for the following Saturday. Over the next few days, Hassan visited Faisal's tiny rented room, helping him frame paintings and carry supplies. He learned that Faisal's art often depicted city life: tea sellers, street children, rainy evenings painted with vibrant strokes that made the ordinary seem magical. Hassan's favorite was a painting of a lone taxi under a streetlight, its yellow roof glowing against a dark, rainy road. "You painted this from memory," Faisal admitted. "After that night, you drove me home." When Saturday arrived, the cafe buzzed with visitors. Soft music played as people admired Faisal's work, sipping chai and chatting about colors, textures, and stories. Hassan stood in a corner, feeling out of place. He wasn't used to art galleries, but he greeted guests warmly, sharing the stories behind some paintings. To their amazement, by the end of the night, every single painting was sold. One buyer, impressed by Faisal's work and touched by the story of Hassan's accident, offered double the asking price for the lone taxi painting. Counting the earnings, Faisal turned to Hassan. "Here," he said, handing him a thick envelope. "This should cover the repairs and leave some extra for your family." Hassan's throat tightened. "Faisal, this is too much. I can't take it all." "You can," Faisal replied, "because you gave without asking for anything in return. This is just the world giving it back to you." For the first time in weeks, Hassan felt a weight lift from his chest. He realized that help had come from the last place. He would have expected a stranger he'd once given a free ride to. The repaired taxi was back on the road within a week. Hassan insisted on giving Faisal free rides whenever he needed. But Faisal often refused, saying, "Save it for someone else who needs it more." Their story began to spread across Nurabad. Inspired by it, the cafe owner started hosting monthly charity art events. Local shopkeepers began offering free meals to struggling workers. One simple act, a free taxi ride, had set off a chain of kindness that touched far more lives than Hassan could have imagined. Mariam graduated with honors and began working at a hospital. Hassan still drove his taxi, but he also volunteered at a community shelter on weekends. Faisal's career as an artist flourished, and he often donated part of his earnings to help taxi drivers repair their vehicles. Whenever someone asked Hassan why he helped strangers so much, he would smile and say, "Because once, kindness came to me from the most unexpected place. And I'll spend the rest of my life passing it on."